I'm Allie and welcome back to my channel. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Hey, remember last month when I did that book buying restrictions video? Most of these were before I actually posted that video, so it's bad. It's kind of bad. Technically, I have 36 books to show you. I am a joke to myself. What is my life? Why am I trash? About 20 some of those are actually like, it's a weird series. I picked these up when my parents went to an auction and they got like a full like box thing, a blood ton of boxes. And this collection was in one of those boxes and I was like, well, let me snag them real quick. And there are about 20 of these, and these are these like Penguin 60s. I believe they're called Penguin 60s, yeah. So I had to has them. So I has them. Other than that, I believe I have about 12 other books that I actually acquired to show you guys. Let's go ahead, let's go into this 30-some book haul. Before we get into the actual haul, I wanted to do a new segment that I'm going to be doing with my hauls, and I had mentioned this before, but basically I am going to be doing a Funko feature. In this Funko feature, I'm going to be showing you guys the Funko or Funkos that I bought in the month, because I do want to buy more Funkos, less books, more Funkos, because I love wasting my money on shit. So I'm going to show you guys two Funkos that I purchased in February. These are Harry Potter Funkos, and they were new releases. I had actually pre-ordered these because I am trash. But I got the Guinea, oh my god, Allie, you are an embarrassment. I got the Ginny Weasley as well as the Ron Weasley Quidditch on the broom version. I took all mine out of the box. I know that's probably like some collector out there is like cringing. Okay, so this comes with like this clear stand, and then they just pop right on here. So, oh my goodness, why is she so cute? Girl, the hair and them eyebrows on fleek. All right, now let's get into the haul. Okay, so we're gonna get into these penguins. First we have Bartleby, Pit in the Pendulum. We have the Gettysburg Address, Baba Black Sheep. Fall Our Game. I've honestly never even heard of this one. Daisy Miller, and I actually love Henry James. I liked Turn of the Screw. Crisis, and some of these have like the world's tiniest font in them. Oh dear. So that's a duplicate. So we have two, The Lives of the Saints. The Happy Prince, Young Goodman Brown, and Other Stories. This is 4 essays. Translated, I don't even know how to say that. We have The Gift of the Magi and Other Stories, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner and Other Poems. I have read this. Three Tales of Horror, The Dead, Love Among the Haystacks, Under the Garden, Peter Pan, and Kensington Gardens. I have The Time Machine. I'm just like throwing these down. Mooney's Last Case. This is Stephen King, and I've never even heard of this. I don't have Lamb to the Slaughter, 60 Sonnets, Truck Stops and Other Lake Wobegon Stories. Well, I've never heard of that either. Madame de Tremes. I probably am saying that wrong. And Songs of Innocence and Experience. So I have read some of these when I was in college, but have since like probably forgotten about them. I said I want to read more classics. There's some classics. We good to go. Talk about some of the things that I got from my library sale shelf. So they recently had changed their sale shelf into just everything's free. So every time I walk by, I snatch something. I had snatched this copy of The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. I feel like I remember starting this and never finishing it, and it seems like something I should probably read in my life. So apparently this is about a guy that like shows up to this town. He is covered in bandages, and of course the town is like, this is a very mysterious guy, let's find out about him. So they take it upon themselves to basically like rip apart this man's life. To figure out what is he all about. And things do not go well, I'm assuming, and they find something that they probably don't want to see. This doesn't smell the greatest, but I really like this blue. It's so pretty. So pretty. And I also picked up, this was a copy of Chamber Secrets that someone had thrown on there and didn't want anymore. And it's honestly not in awful. I mean, the outside is in awful condition, but the inside is actually pretty well preserved. And so I might use this to like mark up and write it and stuff, or I might use it and rip out the pages for crafts. We'll see. Y'all know how I am. I have like 100 copies of Harry Potter. Then we have, this is a Dear America book. I am on the journey to collecting as many Dear America books as I can. They are some of my favorite middle grade books. They are told in like a diary, journal, letter format. And they are from all different time periods of all different authors kind of write these. This one isn't like the best condition, but I really like these older versions. They did come out with like a newer version of the covers, and I really like this one. I do believe I have actually read this one in the past life, but this one takes place during World War II. They're just like, it's such a good way for young people to understand different historical events because it's written from a young perspective and from just different parts of the world, different cultures, all kinds of things. So these are just, I love these so much. So hopefully I can find all of them eventually. And I picked up Under Wildwood because this just looks beautiful. I feel like I've heard it mentioned on here. It is a hunker of a book. So I went to read the synopsis and I actually found out that this is the sequel to Wildwood. And apparently on Wildwood, Cruz, I guess is her name, actually her brother was like taken into the Wildwood and she went in to rescue him. So apparently I'm gonna have to read Wildwood before I get to this. Maybe that will be on the free shelf next week. I don't know. And then I got Toni Morrison's Paradise. I'm going to end up taking off like this crappy library cover because I think the overall book is in really good condition. It's just the outside is not that great. Toni Morrison is just such a fantastic author. Read more of Toni Morrison. So anytime I see any of her books come up, I'm like, oh god, better snag that. I rarely ever get around to them, but apparently Paradise is about, it takes place in like this all black town, and these citizens of this town go and attack this all-woman convent. Apparently there have been all kinds of like awful things happening and it's all tied back to them. So, and I think this goes into like the relationships of the town and the relationships of like the people's past and what it means, like superstition and stuff like that. So, I mean, her stuff is always just groundbreaking and just wonderful and thought-provoking, so very excited. And this other book was one that I also picked up from a auction, and it is the second in a series of unfortunate events. I do already have this whole collection, however my second one is in a terrible condition. I don't know what I did with it. You can't read anything on the spine of it, so I've been on the hunt for like a relatively inexpensive copy, and it just so happened that they had the second one. So I went ahead and picked that up to replace mine. Okay, then the other one that I have to show you guys is actually one from the Bookie box that I got. If you haven't seen that, make sure you go check out my unboxing from the Bookie box. But the Bookie box is just amazing. So you guys may have already seen that I opened up this book, but that is A Conspiracy of Stars. This is like a high fantasy sci-fi world, and I think it takes place on these other planets of some sort. Apparently on the planet that she's on, like there's a new president or something, and he seems a little sketchy, and he has like this very specific way he wants things done. And our main character, Octavia, doesn't believe in that, and she's like, she thinks the council is hiding something, so she wants to get to the bottom of it. So she pairs up with Rondo, I think is his name, and he's like a hacker, and so they get together and I think they're gonna find out the secrets of the council. So there's that. This was one of my most anticipated books for the whole year, so naturally I had to go and buy it, and I went and bought it on the day of the release, and they only had one copy left, so that made me a little nervous. I was like, I haven't got the last copy, but I didn't realize this series was so popular in my area. But that was Immortal Reign, and this is the last in the Fallen Kingdom series. Oh my goodness, I'm so sad it's over. This is a very addictive and fun fantasy series. It's not an overcomplicated world. It's like these three kingdoms are in the search of these magical orbs of the elements, and basically in the process there is all kinds of bloodshed and loyalties just switch back and forth, and there's all kinds of relationships and romance and drama and all kinds of stuff. As they're on the hunt, their like kingdoms are falling apart. It's just so much fun, very addictive, very fast read, and I am really happy with how this conclusion went. So, and I'm pretty sure that is Matubes on the cover. Oh my god, I love them. And then the last 4 books that I have to show you guys are actually part of Barnes & Noble. Had like that sale. It was like 3 for something, 3 for 25 or something. And then you could also get like 15% off. So I bought 4 books. I feel like a lot of us went. I saw everyone talking about it on Twitter, so I went and bought some. I did buy 3 books that I have already read, but then I wanted in my collection. So one of the first ones that I picked up was The Hate U Give, because I do own a audiobook version of this, but I really wanted a physical copy to have on my shelves. I'm okay with having 2 copies. But I am a little upset because this copy is like really dirty. It came with lots of like dirt smears on the front. I don't know what's up with that. But if you haven't read The Hate U Give, I don't know where you've been or what you've been doing, but you better go read this. This is about the Black Lives Matter movement. It follows Star. It is about her life. It is just so important to today's time, and just such a fantastic read. And definitely, if you haven't picked it up, pick it up. This like dust jacket doesn't fit either. Like, what is happening here? It's so loose. What? The other one that I got and I actually ended up reading in February was Meet a Cute, and this is a collection of short stories. This is about people who are like soulmates, and is about them meeting for the first time. This had all kinds of like diverse relationships in it, and like some LGBTQ plus stuff. It had some biracial relationships. Like, there was a lot of really cute things in here, a lot of various things, and I really enjoyed all of these stories. I think there was only one that like just was like whatever, but for the most part this was really enjoyable and really cute, so I wanted a copy. Plus I love this cover. It's so cute. I love the little people on it and their little faces, and oh my goodness. And I'm a sucker for anything that has like handwritten font on it. Then I got The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I saw that someone had like posted the cover for, I think it's A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy or something, which is the sequel to this. So I really wanted my own copy because I do really love this book. I think it is. I love Monty. I love the different shenanigans that they get into. This is a male-male romance. It takes place in like the 1800s. Him and his best friend and his sister go on this trip, and Monty has to be on his best behavior, but Monty, he is like an alcoholic, playboy kind of character, so it's very hard for him. And I just love this book so much, so I wanted a copy. And then the last one I got is probably the one book I don't know that much about, but it was by recommendation of all of you. And so that is Tempests and Slaughter, and this is by Tamora Pierce. You guys told me I really needed to read some Tamora Pierce. I do own one of her books, but I think it is the sequel to something. So I went ahead and got Tempests and Slaughter. This is her newest one. The title seems intriguing. I really like this cover. It was blurred by Sarah J. Maas, which I am trash for. So, and this is, oh, I didn't even realize I got like a collector's edition. Where is this poster? Oh, this is not a very, I don't really care for that. It's whatever. I was hoping for like some character art. All of her stuff just has like people's names and who they are on the back, and I don't like that. 3 student mages bound up by fate, fated for danger. So there's magic in here. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be bloody, and you guys have just talked about how great her writing is, so there it is. I'm gonna try it. I thought about checking it out of the library, and then there was a sale, and I was like, you know what, I'll just buy it. I'm into fantasy, but I love fantasy, so. So those are all of the books that I got in February. Most of them were free or discounted, so I don't feel super bad about it, and I have read a lot of the things that I got already. So, you know, not too bad, but like still, Ellie. If you guys have liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to see future hauls from me, and stay tuned for my library haul. I will see you in the next one. Bye.